Okay, so who can submit the record for approval? So usually the owner will submit. So let's say if somebody else on behalf of the owner also you want to submit the record, what you can do is you can define the users list or a specific role, or you can create a public group and make the public group as, or like whatever this list you are having, you can make that list of all users can be allowed to submit the record for approval. So you can define this list. So for now I'm making only to the user. Okay, and add the submit for approval button and approval history related list to all project layouts. So what you have to do was, once you have done, you have to add the history. So once you go to the project today, whether you see the approval button and history, you don't have history. Why? Because we have not added it. One thing. And the button also, I remember we already removed the button submit for approval from this one. See, we don't have submit for approval button here. And in the project resource also, we have not added any list here. Nothing we have added. So you want to add it to the related list. At least we have an option called related list, right? Where we can see all the related information. If we have that, well, let's say I'm just adding that here for now. So on to one more tab called all related records. Okay, done. So here in all related links, um, I want to add the related list. So you'll see whatever you set in your page layouts, all the related list, that you can see it here. Okay, coming back. See, these are all related lists. Whether you have anything here called approval history, no, right? We have only one history called a project history. This is like what are all the key fields that you are set the field track history enabled. Only those changes you see here, but you don't have any history about approvals. So once you check this box, without manually going to the page layouts and do a add, it will automatically add for you if you check this box. Okay, and the recall also, you can either allow users to recall the request, or you can avoid. So I'm just allowing for now. So all the settings is done now. Okay, now you have to define these actions. Yes, I would like to create an approval step now. I would like to letter. So just you want to set up this ask, it's just asking to navigate to the steps. Okay, I don't want to use this here. Let's go here. You're not having it. So once you create the approval process, this is how. So for what we did, just we have created one approval process. That's it. So what we have to configure now? What are all the actions that we have? We have to configure, and the steps also we need to configure. So initially we said the step, right? How many steps we have? Those many approval and reject actions we need to configure. Fine. So first we'll go one by one. Initial submission actions. We know whenever the record is submitted, what are the actions that you want to do. The default one is record will be locked. Then Okay, that way. Okay, these are all the standard actions. When you do approve, so what will happen? Log the record from being edited. So even after approve also, the record from for editing. So what we are doing was even it is approved. After approved also, you don't want to change the information. Let's say they are asking to get the subscription for the bronze subscriptions, and you approved. So after you approved, what they will, let's say if you are allowing the submitter to make changes, they will change to a gold. So even though the approver is approved for bronze, but submitter has changed it to a gold. So they're having a gold subscription now. So if you want to avoid the such things, so once the record is locked and after approve or reject also, you want to maintain the same information, whatever that has been taken after approval and rejection also, you can still log that record so that it will be not like misused by the submitters or like owners, so that the information what is approved or rejected will be still same. Okay, when you do a recall, then you will be getting unlocked for editing, so that the record when the owner or submitter can make the changes to the record and again submit for the approval. Once it is submit for approval, there onwards the record being locked, and even its approval or rejection, it will be logged for the submitters or owners, but it will be edited by only based on your selection that you configured in your approval process. Like either only admins can make the changes or admins or approvers can make the changes. Only they can take the decision, but the submitters or all remaining users, they cannot touch the records. Touch in the sense they cannot edit the records. Okay, let's set up the first step. Let's say first project approval request. Okay, this step number is 1. Next, and all records should enter the steps and the steps following criteria. Again, so we have already starting on criteria, right? You want to use all the records that are meeting that criteria to be part of this step or not. If yes, then no need to add any criteria. If you want to again filter out the records from there to here, then you can add some more conditions over here also. I'm not choosing any criteria for now. Next. Okay, let's submitter choose the approver manually. So because this option is coming only because we have not selected the or we have not selected the automated approver option. So we have this option here. Okay, so I'm leaving this as let submitter choose the approver manually and do a save. So yes, I would like to create a new approval action. This step now. So this is like a automated actions. So I don't want to use it so that it will confuse you. We'll directly go here and add actions. Okay. So now your approval step is ready. Okay. So show actions. In this actions, what you want to add it here. So you want to add a new task, email alert, or field update outbound message. So what you want to, sorry, we have all 4 actions available, not only 3. I was a mistake. So what are all the actions? 4 actions that you want to configure here when the approval action is done. Okay, I want to do a field update. Field update is make stage approved. Okay, the field is a stage field. Okay, stage field. What is the value? The value is approved and rejected. Okay, approved and then do a save. Okay, this is one action I'm having once it is approved. and I want to add one more action when it is rejected. Make stage rejected. Stage value is rejected. Similarly, you can add email notifications and whatever the actions you want. You want to configure all those things. This is a approval process. Okay, it will not do everything for you. It will not send any email notification. It will not update anything. It's just a approval request. All the information that you do on approval, it will be a separate record. Okay, so okay, I'm good with one step for now, and I don't have any final approval actions. So this is what my the same I want to keep it. So I don't have any additional final approval steps, and I have a recall. Okay, so what I will do is I will add one more stage to this stage called recalled, so that I will be knowing whether the record, if anybody submitted and recalled again. So let me add the recall stage as well. Recalled. So I want to reorder it. So recall should be when it will happen, when after submitting, or like it again be like moving back to the stage. Like once you now started, it will submit for approval, then it will go here. So once you do a recall, again it will fall back like one step before. So I done this. Now I want to do a recall action as a field update. So what I want to make it as a make stage recalled. Okay, what is the field? I have field called stage. The value is recalled. Okay, so now I have all my steps set up, and you can add a multiple stages also here. You can add a new approval step, and you can have a criteria. And the step number is it will take a um like like all steps cannot be executed singles, right? So it has to execute in order. So which order you want to specify, you can control the step number to decide which will be execute first, which will be execute next. Lowest is the number, that is the first executed step. Okay, so I'm going to activate it. Okay, I'm done, activated. Now let's see how it is going to be a different now in this project. Okay, do you see a button called submit for approval? So these are the lightning buttons, so it will not show up automatically. At least we see approval history here. See here, approval history. So let's add this button to the page layout, submit for approval. So if you see here in the buttons, you will see the submit for approval is already added. Where it's added, it is added in the classic view, but in the lightning and mobile actions we have overridden. So no other actions have a control. So we have a submit for approval. So this one I'm going to add here and save. And here if I refresh, now I should be able to see the submit for approval button. See here. Okay, now once I do a submit for approval, what is your comments? Hi team, please approve the request. Submit. No applicable approval process has found. Okay, so it is saying it is not meeting any criteria. So what's the criteria we have set? It has to be first project checked, yes, and subscription has to be either silver or bronze, yes, that is also met, and technology has to having the apex. So it is not having apex, so it's not allowing to submit. So I gave an apex. I think now it should allow me to submit for approval. Hi team, please approve. Okay, submit. Okay, it has found the approval process. Now it is asking for a approver. Why? Because in our approval process we have defined the submitter has to choose the approver. Okay, so we have only two users. I'm just giving a team as a my approver and submit. Okay, done. Good. Now, how it will be displayed to the team user? Okay, first before I'm going to the team user, I will just check the profile of the team user, whether he having all access to the project or not. So profile. So what is the profile of the team? System admin, the custom profile. So system admin is the one. I want to check what is the access given for the project object, whether we have given access to the fields or not. Just I want to check. Okay, so they have a modify all, so they can see all the records. Okay, good. We have good information there. Now, so if you remember, so how to log in as a different user? We no need to log out and log in as that user with your credentials. We have this option called a login. So let's log in as this user and see how this user will get notified, and if any request is in his queue, how it will be. Okay, so first thing you see, so the bell icon, something is came up. He is requesting approval for the project, and with this all this information 2 minutes ago, once I click, it will be navigating to this record. See, this is the new record altogether. This is not the project record. This is a request, that is the approval request what we have created. It is the information related to this object, and what are the fields that we have chosen to display on the approval process. All these fields you will be seeing here. Okay, the project name, city, office, city, GST number, all this information you're having here, and this is action: approve, reject, and reassign. Reassign means you can assign it to a different users who can become the approver now. If you have a different users, you can change and add a comments there. Okay, but we don't have a much users there. So here, what is the comments from the submitter? Okay, now what I want to do, I want to do an let's say reject. I want to do, sorry, your request rejected due to lack of information. Just some I want to give some comment and reject. Now it is rejected. Let's look at how it will be look for my login. I log out as that user. So now I am the SF Tech. Let's see how it is shown for me. Projects. I think I remember the project one. So what happened to the project one? So it's saying a rejected. So we said that action, right? Whenever it's rejected, I want to make this stage as a rejected. So it being rejected, and the history, approval history, will be having what happened. So first approval request submitted, and the status being submitted, and after that it is rejected by the this user team. Okay, this is how the approval history will be. Let's say I want to submit again. Um, this, time submit. Again, I'm submitting to the team. Okay, so if you look at the history, again, um, it has been submitted. Okay, and the action for the team is still pending. So first thing, I rejected. When you submit it, it will be in pending with them, and whatever the action they do, it will be update the status. Okay, again, log in as this team and see what are the different places they can approve or reject. First thing what we did, we go to the bell icon and from the notification we navigated, right? Now let's see what are the different places where we can see that up requests for approval. So in the home page also we have option to add it. Okay. Okay, it's okay. So I want to add this page saying I want to see my recent approval requests. So I want to add it in the page. Items to approve, I want to add in this layout so that I don't want to navigate to a list and all. So it will be easy for me. Okay. Items to approve. I don't want this one. And save. So I have save and activate here. Go back. So here we're saying submitted by the page name and view all items to approve. So you will be navigate to here, and this is what the requested time. And here again it will be navigating to the same page. Or what we can do, we can directly go to the projects, and here also in the approval history also you have option to approve. See here also you have buttons called approve and reject, and reassign buttons also you will be having it. So like this also you can do approve one side. And now we have not recalled, right? So I don't want to do any action, just I have showed from where we have options to approve or reject. What are the different places is on the, if you can directly go to the record, and if you go to approval history, there you have a action buttons called approve, reject, reassign, and recall. And the other place is the bell icon where you can navigate to the request. And other is in the home page also you can add the items to approve, so there also you can navigate. And these are the different places where you can do approval. Now if the user want to recall a record, okay, so he wanted to add more information to it, and how he can do. So only option he has is he has to go to record and do anything. Why? Because it is not, he is not approver, he cannot see the requests and all. So he has to go to this one, and here in the approval history he has an option called a recall. So if you have doubt you can check here what the user is SF Tech 1. So I want to recall, and recalled, I missed to info. Okay, and recall done. So what happened? Now this action become recalled. So recalled, and what the status has to be updated to recall. So even you can configure email alerts also. So new project for approval, take a look. So this is what the email alert. So I'm using the same email for both the users. That's why you're getting this. Okay. That's all how you get. Okay. Any questions here? You can set additional email alerts, or you can create a task also, like so that you can track better. So what are all the actions that you can do that. Any questions you have?